Over the weekend, I made that video with Deirdre Hairston, lovely lady, mother, pregnant. They call the cops on her. The pastor of the church calls the cops on her. And I've been thinking about this. And it's over the weekend, I've been contacted by so many people saying, I have a similar story. A deacon did this to me. My priest said this to me. An usher did this to me. It's very common, I'm realizing. And I was thinking to myself, who called the cops on Theodore McCarrick? Cardinal of the church, Archbishop of D.C., molesting children, embezzling money, harassing seminarians, having immoral beach trips to his beach house. All this nonsense going on. Sin, mortal sin, grave sin, corruption. And you have just a normal Catholic lady, pregnant, has a baby, just trying to live the faith, trying to live the moral teachings of the church, sacramental life inside the Catholic Church, under the shadow of sexual abuse and molestation and embezzlement and heresy, and in just, for us Catholic, complete embarrassment. And then they have the gall to do stuff like ban private masses at St. Peter's. All this stuff is nonsense. And just, I think one reason why the story of a priest calling the police on a young pregnant mother has resonated with so many people is everyone's been harassed a little bit, and everyone is living under the shame of Catholic hypocrisy by the leadership. There are churches and places, masses in Dallas, it's not required, it's expected. And then it's like, well, the pastor here says blah, blah, blah. He called the cops. You're trespassing, you're trespassing, you're trespassing, you're trespassing. And then the bishop of Dallas, Bishop Burns, has the gall to say, well, it's up, although it's expected, it's not completely required. Imagine if a priest said, well, at my parish, we're going to have only altar boys and no altar girls, and we're going to have communion on the tongue, and we're going to do more Latin, and I'm going to go ad orientem and move the altar. Do you think a bishop would be like, yeah, I mean, every pastor has his own protocols, his own rules at his own parish? No, 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 no. Bishop would get involved and say, now, why are you going ad orientem? You can't do that. I'm the bishop. You obey me. Why are you doing only communion on the tongue? You obey me. Why are you not having altar girls? You obey me. So when it comes to these issues, obedience, 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 obedience. But then when we have to wash our hands like Pontius Pilate, it's like, well, he has his rules. And thousands of people around the country have said this is completely hypocritical. You guys, you bishops, did nothing with McCarrick. And a lot of you got appointed through the power of McCarrick, and you know it. He didn't go to jail. He committed all kinds of crimes against the laity. We have to love our clergy. We have to pray for our clergy. We respect their office as successors of the holy apostles. But according to Canon 212, we can also express our concerns. And this is our concern. Bishops, priests, pastors, and we vote with our feet and we vote with our checkbooks. I don't have to explain what that means. But if you continue to go to the same parishes where they're bullying the laity, canceling the sacraments, not baptizing your children, not giving last rites and extreme unction to your grandparents, the whole mess. And then they're like, we need your money, while they pull PPP money from the United States government. If you sit around in those parishes and you keep dropping checks in the basket, you're just enabling them, and they're laughing. I used to think, well, maybe it's just they're perverts and it's a sexual thing and it's about sex and all. No. I really think more and more it's about the money. Because the money gives them the power and the cover to do the other stuff if they want to do the other perverted stuff. But it's about the money. I think it was a week or so ago, I talked about how we must follow the fifth precept of the church and support our pastors. but we have to be discerning in supporting our pastors. And the law of the church doesn't say how you support your pastors with your money. Maybe you support different pastors that you vet and study and check and listen to their sermons and see how they're ministering in the priesthood of Christ. Maybe that's what you do. Again, I'm a layman. I have no authority over you. I have zero authority in the church. I'm just a dad on a webcam. I can't tell you what to do, and no one should do anything because I said it. But we have to defend our women and our kids. Pregnant women. We have to defend our elderly. Someone told me another story. Since this video's come out, people are coming forward with other stories about an old man being harassed, not even fully aware what's going on. An old man. His mask, he's confused. They're trying to kick him out. Kick him out of church. Really? You guys, you priests, you fathers, spiritual fathers, ghostly fathers, do you know what you're doing to people? Threats of trespassing in our churches. They're not your churches, they're our churches. We were baptized in these churches. We were confirmed. This is where we receive the body and blood of Jesus Christ, in our churches. You can't say that we're trespassing inside our churches. The tabernacle's right there. Jesus is there. Now, maybe some churches they got Jesus in timeout down the hall in a Eucharistic chapel or whatever. You can't even find him. But it should be. Jesus is enthroned in the church. This is his house.